Huh?
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice... Edgewater, Jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, productivity. I am in no Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about it. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a
I don't know you. Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a... You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the... Guess I misreckoned you. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand. Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own self. Town's already struggling to make quotas. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Coming right up.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better... I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated. All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the... Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of... I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask of.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd... I do apologize. I was given no fore... You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just... old.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly... My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a... I'm Reed Tobson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in... Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors, the, Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a...
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Tobson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying your... My proposition benefits the both. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's... Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those to speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters... Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too... We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into faction... Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you... I mean, if that's all...
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she...
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnostic...
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger.
We better clear out of Mr. Tobson's office before we talk. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Got a sec? Sorry. You just want to get... It's just... Mr. To Mr. Tobson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. I don't know anybody well. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my... Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound... If Mr. Tobson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss... Mr. Tobson's aiming to take away their power. It just... I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. About if what Mr. Tobson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. It's just an idea. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best... That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute. Move along.
I've always felt weird in here.
Talking to the good vicar always
clean.
lifts up my spirits.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de and Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything. Not to put too fine a point on it, but also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, pretty universal here. Except for Ms. Holcomb, who, for some reason, doesn't seem to...
It's just... There's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Ah, excuse me, I'm suddenly experiencing quite an amazing headache.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the... I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my... I can see why that... Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. I see today will be... I'd guess her condition is incurable. It's unlikely.
Could you maybe stop talking about me like I'm some kind of weird bug?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully Does that Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Not if things are left to stand as... If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, my retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. What? I'm looking for a journal. That's understandable.